Montgomery College is a launching pad for so many. Today on Campus Conversations, we take a look at where some of our alumni have landed.
Hi, I'm Marcus Rosano, and this is Campus Conversations, the show that brings you in touch with your community and your community's college, Montgomery College. Today we're talking to alumni about their Montgomery College experience, and I'm pleased to have recent Montgomery College graduate Sophia Reeves as my co-host. Thank you for being here, Sophia.
I'm pleased to be here.
Tell us a little bit about how Montgomery College was a launching pad for you. You're a recent graduate, so you still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
But how did it launch you into your higher education experiences, and maybe even sort of shape your career path, if you would?
Right. Well, I loved Montgomery College, the professors, the classroom settings, how small they were, how so personable. And I had so many opportunities. Specifically with being on television at the on the campus television. I did a show called Crossroads Cafe, and I love entertainment. I love the entertainment industry, and I was able to, because of that, go in and do several other shows in other areas because of just this one show that I did at Montgomery College. So I really appreciate Montgomery College, and I loved being here.
Very good. I too am a product of a community college before I went to a four-year school, but that was up in New England, and it definitely it taught me how to be a college student, and it was a big difference from being a high school student. So community colleges will be near and dear to my heart. We're about to be joined by some alumni, but first let's take a look back at one of them.
Yeah, I am a girl who just came from Liberia, West Africa, was a refugee in Ghana. We need to reach back to the past and stand on those roots. We Africans have a legacy of hope. It's up to the individual to believe it. They have big dreams, but everyone that's ever been anyone has had big dreams. Just a few people actualize it, and hopefully I'll be one of them.
With us now is Patricia Rogers, the 2004 graduate of Montgomery College, whom you just saw in that clip, and Daniel Garcia, a 1997 graduate of Montgomery College, and Melissa Weithman, a 2008 graduate. What have you taken away from Montgomery College that has helped you become the person you are today, Patricia?
Well, thank you for having me here today. What I took away from Montgomery College in my personal experience was an idea of how to be a good public service person. I learned from student life, my participation in student life at Montgomery College, that leadership skills, how to be self-motivated, how to be responsible. In my experience with Student Together Organizing Preventive Strategies, which is called STOP, STOPS.
And what are you doing today as a professional, and how did that compare to what you just spoke about with Montgomery College?
Well, I've worked in government. Now I'm working in business. I work with World Financial Group as a financial planner, and while helping family plan for their financial life. And I see it as a service because I'm really being motivated by a passion to put families on the right track financially. We're in this economic recession, families are having a lot of challenges, and I'm motivated by my service-driven experience that I got from Montgomery College to really go out there and sit on the dining room table with families and help them put their financial houses in order. Fantastic.
Daniel, you're the assistant principal at Rockville High School.
Yeah, that's correct.
Montgomery College graduate, and being a vice principal is also sort of a service, if you would. Talk a little bit about your experiences at Montgomery College and even getting to Montgomery College, because you have an interesting past, as well as Patricia, and how Montgomery College helped you become a student and how it helps you now in your professional world.
Well, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Montgomery College helped me create a great foundation, great academic foundation. It gave me the skills that I needed to succeed in the other universities that I attended after Montgomery College. University of Maryland, University College, the George Washington University, McDaniel College. All of the skills that I needed in terms of, the reading, writing, researching, all of those I learned here at Montgomery College. But it also serves me as an assistant principal to be able to talk to students that are leaving Rockville High School, that are thinking of coming to Montgomery College.
Right.
I'm able to tell them exactly what they will experience, exactly what they will need, exactly what the benefits are in terms of not just the academic foundation, but also the financial benefits of coming to Montgomery College.
Of course.
What are some highlights that you've taken away from Montgomery College?
Well, certainly, I remember taking philosophy courses that expanded my way of thinking about the world and my place in it. I remember taking, the English courses that allowed me to be creative in my writing and expand my thinking. I certainly remember not knowing how to write a research paper until I came to Montgomery College and knowing how to do bibliography and citations and so forth. And that's what I mean when I talk about the solid academic foundation, that without those skills, I would not have succeeded anywhere else that I went. So I'm very grateful for that.
We've talked to a lot of alumni, and they would share the same sentiments. Before we talk to you, Melissa, we're going to take a look at an MCTV story that they did on you a few years ago.
Melissa Weithman suffered a serious knee injury during the 05-06 season, but after a grueling rehab, she was back with the team and her impact was immediately felt.
Melissa Weithman is inside out. She does everything for us, basically. She's our three-point shooter, the main threat from the three-point area. But she's who you would call the go-to player on the team.
And it wasn't just Weithman's scoring that made an impact on the team.
She'll give us advice before the game and everything, and then once we're done, whether we lose or we win, she's always there to tell you we did a good job. And we always talk about, oh, well, you hit that three and that was nice. And she's always there to, give you that extra boost.
She's worked at it, so she's a player that works off the times also, not just in practice. So she'll be here at lunchtime working out in the gym, trying to work on that shot. Really great work ethic.
I've proven myself wrong. I've proven so many people wrong, and I'm just happy for what I have accomplished and what I will accomplish in my life. I love playing. It's what I do. It's who I am. If I'm not playing it, I want to coach it. It's got to be in my life one way or another.
I guess that work ethic left a great impression because you're now working with your former coach as an assistant right here at MC. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's awesome. It's a great experience. Playing underneath her, of course. I know her. I know how she thinks, I guess you can say. We finish each other's sentences. Whatever she wants on the court, I'm right there behind her, and the same thing. She's right behind me. It's kind of like we're 2 in 1. It's awesome.
Talk a little bit about the determination. It mirrors Patricia and Daniel a little bit. You had knee operations, 3 ACL operations in your career, and you've had to bounce back. So there was a time for you to find perseverance and to find inner strength at Montgomery College, but not just on the basketball floor, but I'm sure in the classroom. So talk a little bit about how Montgomery College shaped you in that sense.
Well, growing up, I've never been a quitter. The one thing my parents have always told me, if you quit something, you're going to be a quitter for the rest of your life. So even if I got a bad grade in a class or a silly knee injury got in my way, I was always there to continue my attitude, positive attitude, in everything that I did. So MC, especially with Coach G, she was behind me 100%, and that's what people need. You always need that backup to continue on with your life.
I guess this is a question for all of you. You're successful MC alums, and is there anything in a broad sense that, we'll start with you, Patricia, then, that you can give to a student right now? Says, this is what I think you can do to make sure that you're successful beyond MC.
Well, one thing I would say to a student at Montgomery College now is to really make the experience of Montgomery College a holistic experience, not just come because it's an affordable college or your parents are pushing you to come because you need to step up and do something more, but see Montgomery College as an opportunity where you can grow academically, strengthen yourself, and learn how to write, learn skills to be more professional in the working world. But also take advantage of the student life activities, everything from the MTV Cafe that Sophia did and I did was being active in student life by organizing on campus and making sure that when I left, a couple of years later, the smoking ban on campus was enforced.
Right.
So I felt very proud that I have that legacy of my activism, that I left something behind in Montgomery College. So make the experience more than just academics, but a holistic experience, so you can be able to appreciate and look back and say, you know what, I did enjoy my experience at Montgomery College and my service here.
Daniel?
Well, for people that are thinking about attending Montgomery College, and I'm talking specifically about high school students, certainly they should take honors and AP and IB courses while they're in high school. You know, statistics clearly show that students that engage in those kinds of courses while they're in high school, they have a much, much greater probability of actually finishing a four-year degree. You know, I mean, the statistics are staggering. Only 10, you know, if you look at Hispanic students that graduated from college, only 10% of them did not take an AP course. But if you look at the students that did take an AP course, their graduation is like 40 to 50%. So that's one piece of advice that I would give to the students.
Well, MC's not a bad decision to go to, okay? It definitely will help you go on to the next level. It will get your mind right, get you in the mindset of a four-year school, and to always have fun, because college definitely goes by way too quickly.
Were you, as an athlete, were you looking at MC, and you can be honest with us, it's only TV, were you looking at playing a sport and then MC sort of, you fell in love with MC as the school? How did that sort of balance off?
Well, in high school, I really only played 4 years of basketball.
Okay.
So there were colleges looking at me, but with my knee injuries, they said, okay, go to a community college, get better, we want to see you progress and make sure that you're healthy. So MC was never in my line of sight at all until the basketball coach came up to me. So I decided, all right, hey, why not? Let's just give it a chance. So I'm glad I decided to come to MC, and it's helped me out a lot.
Patricia, in your professional financial world that you're working in right now, is there any skills that you can actually talk to students who are going to MC right now that they can pick up and take on into the world that you're living right now?
One skill I would say is perseverance and determination. You saw in the previous clip about me, my idealized dreams and of success, right? But it takes a lot of perseverance. Everyone here, whether it was a knee injury on a basketball court, it takes something more than just ourselves. So I will share with them that being in the business world every day, I have to be constantly motivated, highly motivated to do my part.
Right.
So I learned the basic skills of perseverance and determination to wake up every morning and be consistent and go in the field and do what I do.
Daniel, if you can talk to any of the current Montgomery College students who might be looking beyond MC at other four-year colleges after here, just a quick bit of advice that they can take from listening to you right now.
Well, certainly rely on the professors that work in this campus and in the other campuses as well, Tacoma Park and Germantown. I actually took classes in all three of them. And I found that there was a personal interest from the professors regarding my success.
Right.
And have the courage to seek the help from the professors. Great advantage is that it's a small class.
And that's a strong point of a community college that we all know. You can actually talk to your professor, and you're more than just a number.
So take advantage of that asset.
Yeah. And Melissa, what's one thing that you would encourage students who are here right now to go forward to a four-year school? How, what would you say to those people who are looking at four-year colleges that are here at Montgomery College?
To never give up. Yeah, some people think you're here at Montgomery College because of grades. Honestly, that's what people think, but it's not true.
Or money.
Oh yeah, or money, but it's not true. I mean, start at MC, just do the best that you can. College will definitely help you decide on what you want to do with your life, and it's definitely helped me, and that's where I am now. So.
Okay.
Great. Well, it was so great talking to you guys. We have to take a quick break. We'll have more alumni stories when we return.
Whether you're a recent high school graduate, career-changing adult, or seeking professional or personal development, Montgomery College has what you're looking for. We offer more than 130 programs of study as well as workforce development and continuing education to prepare you for a rewarding future. Take advantage of our small class sizes, award-winning faculty, and flexible scheduling. Evening, weekend, and online classes offered. Apply today. Montgomery College, endless possibilities. 240-567-5000.
America's economic prosperity in the 21st century will depend on cybersecurity.
With over 1.9 billion people online across the globe, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand to protect our public and national security. Master today's technology by enrolling in the Montgomery College Cybersecurity Program. We prepare entry-level computer technicians with expertise to enter the workforce or transfer credits for advanced degree opportunities. Apply today. Montgomery College, endless possibilities.
It's, I always smile when I hear endless possibilities because, it's one of those things you think, oh, it's just a tagline, it's a cliche, but it's so not true for Montgomery College. It really is, it means everything that it implies.
She's graduating with a 4.0 grade point average. Ms. Mullan was named as one of the nation's top 20 students from community colleges with her selection to the All-USA Community College Academic Team.
Here we learned how to turn our weaknesses into strengths, struggles into successes, and problems into solutions.
It's a little sad to think that it's my last semester before I graduate, but because of Montgomery College, I know I'm ready, and thanks to them, I definitely know that I'm ready for those next steps and prepared and very excited. So.
With us now are Marianne Mullan, the 2010 Montgomery College graduate who you just saw in that video, and Fernando Andrade, who graduated from MC in 1995. Thank you both for joining us. We'll start with you, Marianne. That was a very impressive video. There's too many accolades on my cheat sheet to list here. So let's just talk about the transition. It hasn't been very long because you were here last year, but you went to you're going to Franciscan University right now in Steubenville, Ohio. But it sounds like you were well prepared for the next level of your higher education life. So talk a little bit about the transition.
It was really smooth. You're exactly right. I was well prepared at Montgomery College. It's always sad to see, a wonderful chapter of your life end. It's bittersweet. You're ready to move on, you're excited to move on, you're looking for those next challenges, but, boy, it's great to come back and be able to visit professors and have had those close relationships that are still there. So, yeah, it's been great.
Now, 4.0 is amazing. Can you tell students, how you were able to maintain that, what you did, what was your work ethic, and also by having a 4.0, what you were able to get by that, what awards you received or scholarships or whatever. Can you explain that?
Absolutely. Don't get the wrong impression. I feel like a lot of people look at that GPA and get a little intimidated, but I think it's really more about becoming who you are and figuring out what type of student you are as opposed to trying to control the outcome. I think that's my best piece of advice is don't sweat it, do your best, see where it takes you. I think that it can be if you aren't enjoying the process, you aren't going to enjoy the end result of it. So I think it's most important to really take everything you can out of every class,
Learn how to balance your time, what's most important. It's just like life, learning to prioritize, learning to take what you can and what's most important to you, and then see where it goes. Certainly work ethic is really important. It takes sacrifice for sure, but it's worth it, I think. I certainly have done most of my education at Franciscan on full scholarship because of it. It certainly sets you apart, shows that you are willing to work hard and be dedicated through thick and thin, the ups and the downs, because I think that's most important. You know, it's not really the successes, the great moments, it's the moments that are hard or your struggles or things that seem like little failures, but it's when you get back up and that's when I think you really prove who you are and what you're made of. And Montgomery College is all about that, so. Yeah.
Thank you. Fernando, speaking of student success, not to be outdone by our counterpart here, Marianne, you went from MC, you left here in '95, and you earned 2 masters at Johns Hopkins.
Correct.
And now you're a successful professional at a local IT security company.
Actually, I work for AT&T right now.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your experience here at Montgomery College and how it launched you into Johns Hopkins, which is great to put on a resume.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I think just like everybody else in this forum, the big thing about Montgomery College is the opportunity of having something as good as a college that gives you small classrooms available to you right here and not having to necessarily go outside to a different state. For me, that was one of the main drivers. And second of all, the other part was that the quality of the staff, the quality of the education that I received, it was second to none. I can honestly say what I learned here is the same math I learned somewhere else, or that I would review somewhere else. Everything that I learned at Montgomery College became the building blocks for something else. And in a nutshell, really life becomes what you make out of it. Montgomery College opens you the doors. Whether you cross that door or not, it's up to the individual. And I am very thankful to Montgomery College for having given me that opportunity.
So seeing, going from Montgomery College to Johns Hopkins, if there's a student here, they should not be intimidated by seeing Johns Hopkins per se, after being at Montgomery College.
Yes, you're correct. I certainly agree with that statement. And I will go farther and say that there is no school that you cannot attend or set your mind to. It only depends on what you're willing to work for and how much work you're going to put into it.
How did Montgomery College help you decide what career you actually wanted to go into?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. Originally, I was thinking more of a business major. Being at Montgomery College and being exposed to multiple cultures, multiple points of view, I think I stumbled in a group of people that were more technological than I was at that point in time. And one thing led to another, and you start getting into things that you find out later that you like more than what you thought life was going to be. And again, it was that experience at Montgomery College that led me to where I am today.
Okay. Marianne, talk a little bit about how what you learned and on the classes that you took, it has focused your studies at Franciscan. Just talk a little bit about your career path.
What haven't I learned from Montgomery College, really? I came in to Montgomery College really having not much of a clue what I wanted to do.
And you were non-traditional in the sense that you were homeschooled. So that was sort of a big jump.
It was a jump. I came in high school, so I was dually enrolled, which helped. But yeah, I didn't really have the passion. I loved a lot of different things, was good at a lot of different things, kind of a jack of all trades, and really, it's a lot when you're trying to figure out what is the one thing you want to do with your life. But I definitely found that through Montgomery College. It was the place to dabble in a lot of different things and try new experiences, take classes without a lot of pressure of, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much money on this class. Is it really worth taking this or that to see if I'm interested in it? So yeah, it was definitely here that I found my passion for the mental health fields, psychology, nutrition. it really did hone me in so that when I was looking for four-year schools, I could be a lot more specific at what kind of programs I wanted. I wanted to emulate some of the great qualities of Montgomery College in that next institution. So, yeah, it was great.
Now, Fernando and Marianne, we only have a few minutes left, but can you share some words of advice for people who have yet to choose a college to actually go to, who are in high school, and also those who are here at Montgomery College? You know, what steps, you know, next they need to take after, you know, they graduate from here, Montgomery College? Starting with you, Fernando.
Sure. My advice would be don't think for a second that you are not going to be able to achieve what you set your mind to, and work hard, in the sense that Montgomery College is going to be here for you. The instructors are going to be here for you, and you have a community, I would say more or less a family, that will be able to help you. Unlike the traditional big colleges in which you are one of many small fish in the pond. I would say you don't necessarily need to know what you're going to do with your life, not at this point in time, but experience Montgomery College, give yourself a chance, and don't be afraid of taking that chance.
Marianne, we have about 15 seconds, maybe a sentence
No pressure.
of advice.
Just stay open, give it your all, and see where that takes you.
Fantastic.
Well, thanks for watching Campus Conversations, the show that brings you in touch with your community and your community's college, Montgomery College. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Marcus Rosano. See you next time.